Welcome to day 12 of the 30-day challenge. So we are still inside of the 30-day challenge. We haven't failed any days. So if we fail, we need to go back to day 1. So yeah, let's see what happened today and what we learned today, how we improved. So firstly, today it's Thursday. We can see that we had unemployment claims at 30. I was expecting price to not move much, which means that I was basically trading normally, just like anything. And then we can hop onto here. Let's look at the daily time frame. So on EURUSD, I was bullish on this day particularly, as you can see. I was thinking maybe we can sweep this, and then when price was around here, maybe we can sweep this and then go higher, but that was not really needed. So we can see we didn't have much. Okay, so we didn't really have much, and as you can see, I was looking at basically this high right here and this low right here. That was basically all I had. And in the end, as you can see, price ended up sweeping these highs, and it created this setup from this order block. So we had a sweep of liquidity, PDRA, breaker structure, fair value gap right here. But this setup was not valid for me because it was missing the bias. I have noticed that lately setups that don't have bias are not working as much, and I think that I can increase my. So this is what I learned basically. This is important. I think I can increase my win rate by removing these setups that are against my bias and start taking only setups that are in line with my bias. So basically only A+ setups. We'll get to this and expand a bit more. So yeah, this setup, I didn't take it because we were against the bullish bias. Even though this setup looked really nicely, as you can see, it got the reaction from the fair value gap also to the downside. Yeah, this was the setup on EU that I did not take, and as you can see, no buy setups were in this period, so no trades on EU. On EJ, we didn't have anything. I was expecting price to sweep this liquidity and reach into. So we were bearish here because we closed below these two fair value gaps. We inverse the fair value gaps and we have all of these targets below, as you can see. So we were bearish, and as you can see in the 4-hour time frame, we had pretty much this fair value gap here, and on the 1-hour side, 1 hour, we had close vehicle lows right here, and here some key 4-hour low right here, and on the other side we had these equal highs or relative equal highs and this order block. So I was expecting price to sweep that and reach lower for me to take trades towards the sell side right here. That did not happen. The sells happened, as you can see right here. We have the break structure for value gap. Price reached this target, but this wasn't a valid trade because we didn't sweep any liquidity. But on GJ, we actually got. So we have the sweep of liquidity. We have the bias. We also closed below this daily fair value gap. I mean, we are pushing through them, but since they are correlated, these two pairs, GJ and AJ. Since this one closed below, we have bearish bias here. The same bias needs to be here. So I was following that. And on the 4-hour time frame, we had this 4-hour fair value gap and this 4-hour low right here, which was my target essentially. It was the low of the day and the AJ low. Other than that, we had this buy sell liquidity pool and this buy sell liquidity pool. No matter this, but it's in premium, which makes it a bit stronger. But still, it is a 1-hour swing high, so it's a good pool of liquidity. On the 50-minute time frame, we can see price goes up, sweeps that liquidity, and then on the lower time frame, it creates a break structure with this low right here, the most recent one, and leaves a 2-minute fair value gap for entry. The best entry will be on the 50% of the fair value gap or on the 50% of the move lower. And as you can see, that will be the best entry here. Stops need to be just above the highs, the last highs, and target is 3R, which is just below this 50-minute fair value gap. The best target probably would be this one and this one below, but all I need is 3R, so I do not need to aim at these targets below. This is the clean target for today. we had this target, and right below we had the 4-hour fair value gap, from which price obviously reacted to the upside. I wanted to note out this macro right here. As you can see, 950 to 1010 price delivered to the targets, because that is what macros do. They seek out liquidity, and since we took out this side of liquidity, the next side of liquidity is obviously this one. So that's what we were going for, and that's basically, this was the A plus trade today. So the changes that I made in my setup, A plus setup. So for me, the BAS and the PDRA hard time frame were both optional. So without those, my setup was A grade. So what I mean by hard time frame PDRA, I mean, for example, if we had a fair value gap of 1 hour, 1 hour fair value gap right here, the price reached into, and then set also liquidity and moved to the downside, something like this. So this for me would be an A plus setup if we were bearish biased, because we reached into this PDRA. This is the hard time frame PDRA, and we have the sweep right here. So I changed that. Now the bias is primary, so if the trade is against my bias, I'm not going to take it. If it's lined with my bias, I'm obviously going to take it. But this hard time frame PDRA is optional. So the main thing is the key sweep of liquidity, and then break structure for value gap. That's the main thing, plus bias. Okay, so that's the main thing. The key PDRA is optional, and that's how I'm going to be trading. So a little bit different, because I believe that this particular method, if I can call it that, will increase my percentage, which is good, even if it's just for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. So yeah, that's basically it for this review. We didn't take any trades. We are still on this balance. Yeah, we are continuing. So tomorrow is a new day. We are going to trade and see what tomorrow has for us. We'll see how it goes. Next week I don't have school, so I think I'm gonna have way better sessions, because I'm gonna be more focused and locked in. So yeah, this is basically it for today. Great session, great. I learned a lot, and the session was great. This setup I did not take, even though it was A plus, because I wasn't really paying attention, because I was watching at these two setups, because I was looking for this sweep, and then I was reading a book and I wasn't really paying attention to this one, which is also my mistake, which is why I graded this session B, because I did not pay attention to this pair, which I should have. But yeah, and I also wasn't paying much attention to this particular pool of liquidity, because we didn't have any fair value gaps above or order blocks or something like that. So I decided to not take it, even though when I saw it. So yeah, that's what we are going to work on in the future, and so we are chill. Yeah, thank you for tuning in.